Hi, I'm Shelja Sen. I'm a child and adolescent psychologist and family therapist, and this is my book Imagine, No Child Left Invisible. It's about how we can build emotionally safe spaces for creative and inclusive learning. It's meant for everybody, parents, teachers, change makers, and all thinkers who believe children need schools worthy of them. I grew up in a tiny little town in the mountains, and I loved my school. And I think the best part of the school was that we were out in the nature most of the time. And it's only when I became a child psychologist I realized the impact of schools on our children. If you think about it, we spend around 14 years in school, or sometimes more. We spend 7 to 8 hours in a school, and we might leave school at the age of 17 or 18, but we always carry our schools in our heart. And I think I have seen in my work the impact of schools in terms of see a lot of children who are humiliated, who are shamed, who are invisible, who are not valued, and the impact it has on them. And we see a lot of children with depression, anxiety, learning disabilities, and what they have to go through in school all the time in terms of humiliation, the shame, and how invisible they feel. And that is one of the reasons that inspired me to write this book. When we think about schools, we think about sending children to school to study subjects, to pass examination, to get good results, and we feel that's what school is about. I believe that what children need is an emotionally safe space. If they get space where they can ask questions, they are inquisitive, they are curious, they feel included, they feel valued, then they are going to grow. And if you see a lot of if you talk about anybody who grows up to be very violent or aggressive or criminal, you'll find there's always a background somewhere the person did not feel emotionally safe. And I do definitely believe that if you're able to provide spaces for children where they feel valued and they learn ethics, not as like a moral science the way it's taught in school, but they learn what it is to be ethical, what it means to collaborate, what it means to be compassionate. If empathy is the core of their learning in school, they grow up to be much more stable, mindful, conscious, aware, sensitive human beings. We are very quick to label children, to pigeonhole children, and to give them, these very convenient stories. This child is dyslexic, this child is autistic, or this child is bright, or this child is intelligent, this child is good, this child is bad. And sometimes we don't go beyond these single thin narratives for children. And single narratives are very convenient. It's very convenient to pigeonhole or label a child. And when teachers learn to become much more mindful, much more aware, they learn that a lot of times we conveniently label a child or give a single story to a child because of our own inadequacies. Well, I have seen teachers who are able to do that, and I know many times teachers say, how can I do that? I have 40 children in my class, I don't have that much of time, and look at the syllabus, look at the curricula and all that, and I can't manage it. But I have seen teachers, and what I have seen in these teachers is that for them it's just not a job, it's a calling for them. They go out of the way to make sure that they are able to connect to each and every child. It could be done in a very simple way. Let me give you an example. Suppose a teacher is standing at the door, and as children walk in the morning, she maintains eye contact with each and every child. She welcomes each and every child. She knows each child's name. And as the day goes by, even the smallest thing the child is doing, smallest strength of the child, oh, I like the way you're writing, I like the way you're sharing your stationery with another child, or I like your haircut, or I like the way you stood up to the bully. So recognizing these small things, or even in terms of, many times I tell teachers this, and I have seen amazing teachers do this, is building a community in the classroom. Then it's not the teacher's job alone to connect to each and every child. When the teacher's been able to build a community, and if you read my book, you'll see that there, how teachers can build communities, then it becomes a self-sustaining community. They are able to take care of each other. One recurring theme is really interesting that I see when I interact with children is when they talk about their teachers, when they like the teachers, they say she's very kind. That's the word repeatedly we hear. She's very kind or she's not kind. And I think that's a really, really powerful message to us, that children will not learn from teachers they do not like.